Yes, I'm afraid it's true, and I'm really sorry. After 13 years of making Wheeler Dealers, I'm now going to be leaving the show.
In 2017, after more than a decade of captivating millions of car fans worldwide, Ed China made a shocking announcement. He was leaving Wheeler Dealers. It was a move that stunned audiences and left fans asking a burning question. What really happened behind the scenes? This was no ordinary cast change. Rumors swirled, tensions simmered, and fans were left to wonder if there was more to the story than just creative differences. Today, we peel back the layers to reveal the controversy, the clashes, and the hidden truths that brought one of automotive television's most beloved partnerships to an unexpected end. Wheeler Dealers began in 2003 as a fresh, straightforward show with a simple concept: find old, unloved cars, fix them up, and sell them for a modest profit. At the heart of this formula were two very different but perfectly complementary men, Mike Brewer and Ed China. Mike was the fast-talking, charismatic car trader with an eye for bargains and a gift for negotiations. Ed, on the other hand, was the quiet, mechanical genius, instantly recognizable by his tall frame, unruly hair, and the ever-present traces of grease on his hands. Together, they brought a unique chemistry that blended showmanship with genuine automotive craftsmanship. The show's success was largely built on this dynamic. Mike's wheeling and dealing created engaging tension as he haggled for cars, making the buying process feel like a mini-thriller. Ed's role was just as vital. He brought audiences into the heart of car restoration. Unlike many other car shows that leaned on drama and spectacle, Wheeler Dealers was refreshing because it educated viewers. Ed broke down complex repairs into understandable steps, whether it was dismantling engines, exploring gearboxes, or explaining why a certain part needed replacement. His detailed approach made car mechanics accessible and fascinating, even for those who had never touched a wrench before. This genuine passion and authenticity is what set Wheeler Dealers apart. The viewers weren't just watching a TV show, they were part of a journey, learning alongside Ed and witnessing the transformation of forgotten vehicles into prized possessions. Over the first 13 series, Mike and Ed restored and sold countless cars, earning the trust and admiration of fans worldwide. Their on-screen partnership felt natural, almost effortless, which helped build a loyal following. Fans tuned in not just for the cars, but to watch the duo work together, learn from each other, and share moments of humor and respect. Wheeler Dealers wasn't just a business. It was a friendship that invited millions to share in the delight of rescue and restoration. This was the golden era, marked by adventures that took them across the UK, Europe, and eventually the United States, setting up workshops in places like California. But beneath the surface of this popular show, cracks were beginning to appear, leading to a breaking point that nobody saw coming. After years of success, Wheeler Dealers began to face pressures that many hit shows encounter: the demand to evolve and attract an even bigger audience. The arrival of new producers marked a turning point for the show. These executives, tasked with expanding Wheeler Dealers' reach globally, had different ideas about the format. The series they envisioned shifted away from the slow, detailed explorations of car restoration and toward a faster, flashier style of entertainment. This was a challenge for Ed China. He was renowned for his meticulous approach in the workshop, the heart and soul of Wheeler Dealers. Every nut, bolt, and component was carefully explained so viewers could understand the complexity of bringing tired classics back to life. For Ed, the workshop segments were not just about fixing cars, they were educational, showing a true passion for craftsmanship and respect for the vehicles. But the new producers pushed for shorter, simplified repairs. They wanted less technical jargon, quicker fixes, and more camera-ready moments. Ed's concern was clear: dumbing down these segments would compromise the integrity of his work and betray the show's core audience. It would turn Wheeler Dealers into just another reality show, trading depth for ratings. This creative clash was at the root of the growing conflict behind the scenes. The show that had once celebrated real hands-on restoration risked becoming a watered-down version of itself. The pressure mounted as deadlines became tighter, and producers demanded faster turnaround times without sacrificing show value. Ed felt increasingly boxed in, forced to choose between quality and the new format imposed on him. It was not just about TV production, it was about the values behind the work he had built his career on. In interviews after his departure, Ed described his frustration with these changes. He felt the show's soul was being sacrificed to chase broader appeal. This fundamental disagreement on what Wheeler Dealers should be was not just a professional difference, it was deeply personal. The clash between educating enthusiasts and entertaining a mass audience made a split almost inevitable. This creative rift split the once seamless partnership. While Mike Brewer was ultimately willing to embrace the new direction, Ed could not reconcile his standards with the producer's vision. The stage was set for a dramatic and sudden departure that no fan saw coming. In March of 2017, fans of Wheeler Dealers were hit with a shock that rippled through the automotive community worldwide. Ed China, the tall, soft-spoken mechanic who had become the heart and soul of the show, calmly announced he was leaving after 13 seasons. It was a moment that felt less like a dramatic exit and more like the end of an era. Ed's departure wasn't sudden because of anger or controversy on camera. It was delivered in a straightforward, almost polite video posted online. But the impact was anything but quiet. In his announcement, Ed spoke directly to the millions who had come to trust him. His tone was thoughtful and clear, without drama or blame. He explained that the show's new direction, driven by changes in production, was pushing the workshop sequences to be simplified and shortened. The detailed, thorough mechanical work that fans had come to love was being dumbed down in favor of faster, more entertainment-focused content. This shift didn't sit right with Ed, who saw it as compromising everything Wheeler Dealers stood for. Being forced to choose between the quality of my work and the show's new format was the hardest decision I've ever faced, he said. Despite the calm delivery, the weight of that choice hung heavy in the air. The reaction from fans was immediate and intense. Social media exploded as loyal viewers expressed shock, sadness, and frustration. For many, Ed was more than just a mechanic on TV. He was a trusted guide through the complex world of car restoration. His departure felt like losing a friend. Forums were flooded with theories, rumors, and speculation about what was really going on behind the scenes. Was there tension with co-host Mike Brewer? Were there deeper conflicts with producers? The official explanation of creative differences felt too neat to some. In the weeks that followed, the whispers grew louder. Fans dissected every interview and public statement, desperate to piece together the full story. The show went on with a new mechanic, but the absence of Ed's calm expertise left a hole that many felt was never truly filled. His video announcement remains a turning point in automotive television history, not just because a favorite host left, but because it revealed the complexities and challenges of balancing passion, integrity, and commercial success. After Ed China's calm but stunned departure from Wheeler Dealers, speculation swirled about the reasons behind the split, and a deeper rift between Ed and Mike Brewer soon became the focal point. Viewers who had long admired the duo's on-screen chemistry were shocked to hear whispers of tension brewing off-camera. While the official story centered on creative differences with the producers, cracks in their partnership soon surfaced. Mike Brewer did not shy away from addressing the controversy. In recent interviews, he accused Ed of becoming difficult to work with, citing examples where Ed's behavior frustrated the crew. Mike suggested that Ed had started seeing himself more as a TV personality than a mechanic, which created friction. When you become a TV star, sometimes the focus shifts, Brewer said, claiming Ed occasionally resisted the hard, sometimes unpleasant tasks required on set. According to Mike, Ed's changing attitude made it increasingly hard to collaborate. These accusations ignited fierce debate amongst fans. To some, Brewer came across as the pragmatic businessman trying to keep the show afloat amid rising pressures. To others, his comments painted him as the corporate face, willing to sacrifice authenticity for ratings. The blunt nature of Brewer's remarks only deepened mistrust among viewers who sided with Ed's commitment to craftsmanship. Behind the scenes, industry insiders pointed to mounting pressure from the network and producers. Ratings were everything. The drive to capture broader audiences meant the show had to evolve, often at odds with Ed's detailed, technical approach. The network pushed for shorter repair segments to keep episodes fast-paced and more TV-friendly. These changes weren't just creative decisions. They were financial imperatives in a fiercely competitive market. Some insiders claimed the producers viewed Ed's insistence on comprehensive restorations as a bottleneck that slowed production and raised costs. The shift towards entertainment over education was strategic, designed to increase viewership and appeal to a global audience. While this alienated hardcore fans who loved the engineering depth, the network prioritized growth. The truth likely lies somewhere in the middle, a clash between passion and commerce, personality and production demands, integrity and ratings. Neither Ed nor Mike nor the network has fully revealed the private conversations and decisions that led to the breakup. What is clear is the fallout was not just about a show's direction. It was about competing visions of what Wheeler Dealers truly represented. Ed China's departure left Wheeler Dealers at a crossroads. After 13 successful seasons with Ed as the mechanical heart of the show, fans were left wondering what the future would hold. The answer came with the arrival of a new co-host and mechanic, Ant Anstead. Ant brought a fresh energy and a different style to the show, stepping into some very big shoes. The transition was not seamless. Though Ant Anstead is a skilled mechanic and charismatic presenter in his own right, the change was jarring for many longtime viewers. Ed was seen as the soul of Wheeler Dealers, his detailed technical knowledge and calm, methodical approach forming the core identity of the show. Ant's style, by contrast, was faster-paced and more focused on entertainment, reflecting the network's push for a more modern and accessible approach. While some fans embraced the change, many others felt the essence of the show was lost. The fan base quickly split into two camps. On one side were those who appreciated Ant's refreshing enthusiasm and the show's more dynamic presentation. They welcomed the new directions and newer models featured. On the other side were loyalists who mourned the loss of Ed's meticulous craftsmanship and the educational depth that had made Wheeler Dealers stand out. For them, the abbreviated workshop sequences and simplified repairs felt like a betrayal of the show's original values. This division was mirrored in online forums and social media. Heated debates broke out over which version of Wheeler Dealers was better. Some argued the show had to evolve to survive in a crowded market and attract wider audiences, while others believed it had sacrificed integrity and quality for ratings. The controversy even took a personal toll. Mike Brewer himself received harsh criticism and threats from angry fans who blamed him for Ed's exit. Despite the polarizing reactions, Wheeler Dealers continued to air and adapt. With Ant Anstead and later Elvis Presley joining the team, the show tapped into new viewers and markets. Yet it was clear the magic of the original Ed and Mike partnership was gone. For years, fans would look back nostalgically at the era when deep technical expertise met charismatic trading, wondering what might have been if the creative conflicts could have been resolved. In the end, Ed China's departure was a defining moment, one that reshaped Wheeler Dealers and stirred debate about balancing educational integrity with entertainment in automotive television. After leaving Wheeler Dealers in 2017, Ed China quietly stepped away from mainstream television, choosing a different path to continue his passion for car restoration and innovation. Rather than seeking immediate TV deals or high-profile network shows, Ed focused on projects that gave him creative freedom and allowed him to work at his own pace. This shift proved to be a return to what truly mattered most: his love for craftsmanship without compromise or commercial pressure. Ed launched a YouTube channel titled Ed China's Workshop Diaries, where he shares his ongoing projects, tackling a wide range of vehicles from classic cars to quirky machines like amphibious cars and even experimental electric vehicles. This platform gives him the space to dive into the kind of detailed restorations and mechanical exploration that fans originally loved, without needing to fit into the tight timeframes forced by traditional TV production. Through his videos, Ed revisits unfinished projects, explores new technologies, and shares glimpses into his inventive mind. His calm, methodical approach provides an educational and inspiring experience. Beyond just mechanics, he interviews experts, showcases clever engineering techniques, and faces mechanical challenges head-on. This is the authentic Ed China, passionate, patient, and endlessly curious. One standout project is his secretive Project X, an electric prototype vehicle developed away from the public eye over several years. It symbolizes his refusal to bow to mainstream expectations. Ed has spoken about how stepping away from TV meant he could experiment freely, without producers telling him what was too slow or too weird. Ed also travels to help other car enthusiasts complete their stalled restoration projects, sharing not only his technical skills, but also encouragement and problem-solving approaches. His work remains true to his values of quality, integrity, and respect for the craft. Outside his workshop, Ed has also engaged in speaking gigs, published an autobiography, and broken Guinness World Records for creative builds like the fastest electric ice cream van. His career post-Wheeler Dealers is defined by independence, innovation, and staying true to his passion. While he may no longer be on primetime TV, Eddie China continues to inspire and educate a devoted and growing audience worldwide. His journey is a testament to the idea that true craftsmanship cannot be rushed or diluted. It demands time, dedication, and above all, integrity. Years after his departure, Ed China began to open up further, revealing layers beyond the familiar phrase creative differences. In interviews and candid conversations, he painted a more complex picture of why he left Wheeler Dealers. While he had always cited the show's push to simplify and shorten workshop sequences, Ed later spoke about deeper conflicts with the commercial and production side of the industry. Ed explained that his commitment to quality and integrity was increasingly at odds with the fast-paced, profit-driven nature of modern television. He felt pressured to prioritize speed and entertainment over accuracy and craftsmanship. For Ed, this was more than just a stylistic disagreement. It was a fundamental clash of values. He struggled to accept producing content that compromised the thoroughness and honesty his fans expected. It wasn't just about simplifying repairs, it was about a growing disconnect between what made Wheeler Dealers special and what the network demanded for mass appeal. This steadfast dedication to his principles ultimately made it impossible to continue. Ed described the environment as hostile to authentic craftsmanship, where decisions were often dictated by ratings and marketability rather than genuine mechanical expertise. It became clear that his vision no longer aligned with the direction the show was taking. Meanwhile, Mike Brewer's recent comments have added another, darker layer to the story. In interviews, Mike cryptically hinted at very bad things that happened behind the scenes, though he did not elaborate in detail. His remarks fueled speculation about deeper tensions, possibly involving disagreements, disputes over behavior, or other undisclosed issues. These vague allegations amplified the mystery surrounding the breakup and left fans wondering about the full extent of the turmoil. Nevertheless, the lack of clear public answers has kept the story shrouded in ambiguity. Both men, while respectful of each other publicly, remain tight-lipped about the full truth. Industry insiders suggest that the reality likely involves a mix of personality clashes, creative conflicts, and pressure from producers and networks seeking to balance integrity with entertainment imperatives. What emerges is a cautionary tale about the cost of standing by one's principles in a commercial world that often rewards compromise. Ed China's exit is a reminder that sometimes preserving craftsmanship means walking away, even when it means leaving behind fame, fortune, and a beloved show. The split between Ed China and Wheeler Dealers was more than just a change in cast. It changed automotive television forever. For over a decade, Ed represented a rare blend of expertise, patience, and integrity. His calm, educational style set a gold standard for how car restoration could be shared with the world. When he left, it sent a powerful message about the challenges of maintaining creative purity in an industry driven by entertainment and ratings. This breakup exposed the tension between authenticity and commercial success, a battle many shows and creators face. Wheeler Dealers had to evolve to survive in a competitive TV landscape, but in doing so, it lost a piece of what made it special. Ed's departure forced fans and industry insiders alike to consider the cost of dumbing down content to appeal to the masses. Is it worth sacrificing knowledge and craftsmanship for broader appeal? Ed China's legacy is one of dedication to his craft, refusing to cut corners even when it cost him a lucrative TV career. He showed that integrity is not just a buzzword, but a commitment that can define an entire career. His work inspired countless enthusiasts to pick up tools and restore old cars with pride, proving education and entertainment can coexist if given the chance. As viewers, this story invites us to think about the content we consume and value. What do we want from the shows that capture our attention? Do we settle for surface-level excitement, or do we support creators who pour their passion and expertise into every frame? The tale of Wheeler Dealers is a reminder that success is not just measured by numbers or views, but by staying true to what makes something meaningful. It's about finding a balance where art, craft, and commerce can coexist without one destroying the other. So, what do you think? In the race for ratings and clicks, is there still room for authenticity? Or is it an impossible ideal in today's entertainment world? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real story behind Wheeler Dealers and Ed China, be sure to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more honest, behind-the-scenes stories from the worlds of entertainment.